So today we will see how to use Redis for caching. Redis is acting as a remote cache, so it is not inbuilt in a particular database, and it is so generic that you can use it with any database in the background. So you can use like PostgreSQL or MySQL or SQL Server, whatever you are using. And the good thing is that even if you have multiple databases in your production, you can use a single Redis for all those databases as a remote cache. So why to use Redis as a cache? So what is cache? Basically, it is a storage or collection of items, and you can store anything as a key value pair in the Redis. Redis is used as a remote cache and it is not inherent to a database. Many databases have their inherent cache, like MySQL has its own cache and its own TTL, that is time to live. We are not discussing inherent caches, but remote cache of a Redis. The Redis can be used as a cache for any databases, even SQL database, no SQL database, it doesn't matter. And this is really efficient way because you are using only a single instant of Redis to manage all your traffic to all databases. And this is a very useful, very economical, and very efficient way to reduce your cost of a database management. So I will explain a scenario where we are using Redis as a remote cache. This is very a simple scenario and you can modify according to your necessities. So you are hosting a web page and that web page is showing a live election results of for each round of vote count. Like suppose the election counting is started and there are rounds, like for each round you are counting 10,000 votes, and that those votes are divided into all three candidates and you are showing live to your viewers. And suppose you are having million viewers, so this is a basic scenario and you are trying to use a database and a Redis cache to manage this page of showing election results. So this is something like this. So these are name of candidates, how much percent they are getting live, and there are multiple candidates and you are showing what is the percentage, what is the total vote and everything. And in a background, you are using PostgreSQL database as a database to store all your voting rounds. I will show how the database is designed for that. And I will show you how to use Redis to reduce the cost and increase the efficiency of this web page. So I'm using a table, which is very simple table. The first is round, that is after say each hour you are getting new results counted. And there are three candidates, that is candidate A, B and C. And you are showing the results, or after every round you are calculating those how many votes each candidate is getting. And from this database, you are counting the percentage of each candidate or total or whatever you are counting. So there will be many SQL or queries to get the result. And when you are using Redis as a remote cache, it is very simple thing. Suppose you have candidate A, B and C. So you are just passing the commands, that is set A is equal to 840. So from where this 840 is coming, it is coming from the queries you are passing to our original PostgreSQL database. So your application code is first querying a Redis cache, and it doesn't get anything, it gets a nil. If there is nothing there, then that your application goes to original PostgreSQL database. You fetch the result and you set this A, and once you set this A, you are done. And when you get it from the Redis, you get this 840. So I will explain how it works in practical. So there are different types how you manage cache. In this scenario, the application first goes to Redis, that is a remote cache. It is cache miss because we have nothing there. Then it goes to database, gets the result and set in the cache. Now next time when the user is asking same query, then this Redis will provide the answer and you don't have go to database. So you are sparing a database. And suppose your web page is having million viewers and it is updated continuously, you are not going to database for million times. You are just going to database for one time, and after that the cache is handling your request. So you are saving your database resources, and the queries are very efficient because they are routed through only cache, and cache is taking care of it. This is second scenario where you are querying only cache, you don't go to database. Whenever database is updated, that query is created and it is set into the cache, and you are using, your application is talking only to the cache. And you can use any type of database. It may be SQL, it may be no SQL. You just pass a query, your application goes to database, get the result and set that into Redis, and then Redis will take care of that query. If you are having multiple databases in background, suppose you are having PostgreSQL, MySQL and MongoDB, just create keys like this, so that whenever you are querying a particular database, you can use same keys. And in Redis, the keys can be very long, so don't worry about it, don't bother about it. You can use any key as long as you are differentiating in your databases. So how to refresh Redis values or values you are storing as a keys. So set A is at 40, we have seen. Now after some time there is another round of voting counted and the value changes in our original database. Then to tackle this scenario, we have two choices. One is TTL, that is time to leave. If you set this TTL to say 5 seconds, so after 5 seconds, what will happen? The value in the Redis will automatically goes to nil. And next time there is some query passed to Redis, it shows nil. Then in our application goes to original database, get the result, set the value in Redis again, and it will last for next 5 seconds. Then you can ask, what is the advantage of this TTL? So good thing is that you don't have to worry, it works automatically in background. And it is very efficient way, and for that 5 seconds all those million viewers which are watching your results don't have to go to original database. The Redis will take care of it, and for each 5 seconds or 30 seconds, whatever timing you are okay with, then up till that time the Redis will take care of the queries, and after that TTL is achieved and the value is set to nil, then the original database is queried. So it is mostly automatic once you set the TTL, and it will function very good. The another thing is that your application itself invalidates the keys in the Redis. So what happens, suppose there is a new round of voting and you are updating a PostgreSQL, in the same point, in the same code, you will invalidate the Redis keys. So again, when next time someone is asking Redis for a value, it goes to nil, then the same thing happens, it goes to PostgreSQL, it passes the query, get the result and set into Redis. So this is also good thing. Only thing is that when you are invalidating the code and the write duration is very long, that is if you are updating your PostgreSQL after say half hour or 1 hour, then this will work very well because you are invalidating on your own whenever you want it. And in case of TTL, it is automatic every 5 seconds, every 30 seconds, whatever you have set it. So thank you for you are visiting this site. If you have any questions, please write in the comments and please subscribe so that I get some motivation. Thank you.